Welcome to this video all about the great plant called the Fatsia. This video will display the different types of Fatsia, and the differences growing these in the sun or shade, soil types and how they merge in with other tropical plants. Firstly, this one is known as the Fatsia camouflage, with stunning foliage that contains lighter and darker green colors. This one is grown in shade and in acidic soil and is slightly slower growing to the most common Fatsia that is shown later on in this video. Next up, this one is known as the Fatsia spider's web, with stunning foliage that contains white, silver and green colors. The leaves also can have a spotty appearance as shown on this version. This version, sometimes in very cold areas, can be slightly less hardy than the other varieties in the UK. This one is also grown in shade and in acidic soil and is slightly slower growing to the most common standard Fatsia Japonica that is shown later on in this video. Here shows the spotty snakeskin-like foliage. Next up, this is known as the standard Fatsia Japonica, with stunning larger foliage that are usually gloss-like deep green looking. This version is most available in your local garden centers. I have grown this one with the Gunnera manicata and Pedicites japonica plant here, and fits in really well. These are really hardy and cope with freezing temperatures. The plant can droop and look unwell in freezing conditions, but soon returns to normal when temperatures rises. This one is grown in part shade and in acidic soil. These are the fastest growing ones of all and can reach to 3 meters easily. Back to the Fatsia camouflage, this one is grown in a pot and part shade. These require more feeding if grown in pots and respond well to this. The sun can have a massive effect on the color of the leaves on this plant. The greens can be a lot darker in the shade and more glossy. This plant is around 3 years old. Back to the Fatsia spider's web, this one is grown in a large planter in multi-purpose compost and is in full sun. As you can see, the sun can have a massive effect on the color of the leaves on this plant. This one is less white than the one grown in shade shown earlier. This plant is also around 3 years old. In my experience with these plants, they do tend to grow slightly faster with some sunshine. But keep them watered well. Here is an example of the standard Fatsia Japonica grown in full sun and in a pot, much lighter green foliage. Lastly, here is a combination of 3 standard Fatsia Japonicas. These are grown in pots and in a humid, sunny and shady spot under a clear roof covering. The ones grown in shade are much darker green with really glossy leaves. Growth rate is slightly slower in the shade, but the deep green look is worth it. These are growing with hardy Trachycarpus palm trees and various fern plants. They look amazing. Look how darker green these leaves are on this one grown in shade. That wraps up this video on Fatsias. I hope you find some of this information helpful growing your own Fatsias. Thanks for watching.